Ah, damn it. Well, it was still a good game, guys. And it was the last one for me tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. Hi there gamers, it's Alex here from Notebook Check Reviews. After we tested the mid-range oriented Nitro 5 not too long ago, it is time for the big boy today. This is the Acer Predator Helios 300, and it aims to deliver an uncompromising big screen gaming experience in a much more premium chassis. Our review unit of the chunky gamer is equipped with Intel's evergreen i7-12700H, an RTX 3070 Ti, 32GB of RAM, a 1TB NVMe SSD, and a 165Hz QHD G-Sync enabled display. While these specs hardly set a gaming laptop apart from the competition these days, let us see if Acer was able to put together a notebook that might be more than the sum of its parts. Apart from the glowing Trident logo, the cooling assembly behind the display, and this very interesting startup sound, the 17-inch gamer is almost subtle in its design. Both the display lid and the keyboard deck are made from metal and come in this almost black, dark blue color that looks simply amazing. While the rest of the body is plastic, the Helios feels very well made and doesn't offer too much to complain about regarding build quality. The lid is exceptionally sturdy, and while the hinges are well tuned, they cannot completely prevent some wobble when adjusting the display's position. Similar to Alienware's offerings or some Legion laptops, the Predator needs a bit more space in your bag or on your desk. The protruding cooling vents don't make for a compact laptop. And this is also one of the heavier 17 inches compared to the Aorus 17X, HP's Omen 17 or the MSI Vector GP76. The port situation on this thing is also very usable, with a network jack, USB-A and an audio combo port on the left, and two additional USB-As on the right. You have a lot of connectivity readily at your disposal. The remaining connectors are located on the back, and here you can find your power connector, HDMI, a mini display port and a USB-C Thunderbolt 4 port. While a second USB-C would have been great to see, this assortment of I/O should not leave you wanting for anything else. Wireless transfers are again very alright and can score average results in our testing. While you will hardly buy a gaming laptop because of its webcam, it seems like Acer was listening to us when we complained about almost all modern day laptops, and equips the Predator with a 1080p webcam. The quality is much better than your average gaming notebook and should be sufficient for your pre-game Zoom calls. While the plastic bottom plate offers quite a bit of resistance, once it's removed you have access to a pair of SODIMM and M.2 slots and the Wi-Fi module. And you also get a much better view at the blue colored radiator fins that you can normally only see through the cooling vents. Acer is making sure you can always find the WASD keys with their standard RGB lighting, and overall the keyboard leaves a very good impression. The keys might not offer much travel, but a clear pressure point results in good feedback and an overall very pleasant typing and gaming experience. The touchpad offers no reason to complain either and offers smooth navigation and solid gesture support. The clicks feel alright, but could be a little bit more direct. On the display side of things, the Predator screen might not be as fast as the crazy 300Hz panels you can find in the Aorus 17X or the MSI Vector GP76, but it offers a higher resolution at a refresh rate you can actually get close to. The overall panel specs are really good, with above average brightness results and solid contrast numbers. With almost 100% coverage for both sRGB and DCI-P3 and roughly 85% for Adobe RGB, your games will also look much more colorful and lifelike than on your typical sRGB only gaming displays. If you are into hardcore competitive gaming, you might want to look into the faster displays I mentioned earlier. But for everyone else, the QHD offering in the Helios is fast enough. Overall, it is a great display for shooters and story games alike, and might also please some power users or content creators looking for a big and powerful notebook. Alright gamers, let's see if the Helios can deliver on its performance promises. On the CPU side of things, the Helios delivers average results in our combined performance rating. Some of the competing laptops are a couple of percentage points faster, but this should hardly make a difference in everyday use case scenarios. As with most gaming laptops these days, the Predator's command center offers a few different performance profiles with different power levels for the core components. In balanced mode, the i7-12700H is allowed a sustained 85 watts in CPU-only workloads, and in the extreme profile this is bumped up to 120 watts. While this unlocks the full performance potential of the Helios 300, it comes with a serious drawback, but more on that later. Our system performance test places the Acer almost on top of our comparison group, and while the differences here are always marginal, our subjective impression backs up our benchmarking data. The Helios is a very snappy system overall for a wide range of different applications. While Acer is using a very fast drive that delivers speedy reads and writes at the beginning, for some reason transfer speeds drop significantly during our benchmarks. While this will hardly affect your gaming experience, it could mean some slowdowns when copying large amounts of data from or to the Predator. The 3070 Ti in the Helios 300 is one of the faster models thanks to a generous 150 watts power budget, and can easily sit atop the average for Nvidia's mainstream gaming chip. Translated to gaming performance, the Helios delivers confidently in all modern games and can easily get you 60 FPS in the native QHD resolution. Alongside the benchmarks from our written review, I tested a few select recent games to give you an idea of what to expect from the Helios. As you can see from my gaming benchmarks, GPU power limits are restricted to 120 watts in balanced mode. But since it's time to talk about fan noise, it is also time for me to point out that this is the only mode you should use on the Helios. While we are all used to loud gaming laptops by now, the Helios takes the cake with fan noise reaching up to 60 decibels in performance mode. While these numbers are pretty abstract, you will get an idea with our noise samples in a little bit, but guys, it is really loud. While you might be able to cope with a good pair of headphones and cranked up volume, nobody would want to be in the same room with you when playing games on this thing in anything but its balanced profile. If you ask me, there are two ways to look at this. For one, you could say that Acer actually put a 120 watts RTX 3070 Ti in here that runs cool with very decent fan noise, and if you really need to bump it up, you got the performance mode for rare occasions. Or that they just put in the extreme mode to let the GPU run at 150 watts for marketing purposes, and just didn't spend enough time to tweak the fan curve accordingly. It is quite a shame, since the Helios is actually really good in its balanced mode. They just took it a little bit too far with the higher wattage profiles. But as I said, we took some noise samples for you so that you can make up your own mind. If you guys are interested in further tests and results for the Helios 300, you can always have a look at our written review. My colleague Christian did a fantastic job testing the Predator thoroughly, and you can find things like stress test behavior, speaker tests and our power consumption analysis in his original article on our website. Being a big 17-inch gamer with a high refresh rate display, the Helios delivers okay battery runtimes. Power consumption is slightly higher than the competition, but Acer is able to compensate with a bigger battery. Around 5 hours for our Wi-Fi test, as well as almost 6 hours in our video playback test, aren't really something to complain about for such a powerful system. Alright folks, let's wrap this up. In general, the Predator Helios 300 is a great gaming laptop with a good looking and well-made chassis, a great display and absolutely solid performance. We just really wished that Acer's engineers would have spent a bit more time tweaking the fan curves for their extreme performance profiles. As it stands, we can hardly recommend using the Predator in those modes. But since the balanced mode is on the other hand really good, we would still recommend the Helios if you are looking for a premium big screen gaming experience. But please guys, let us know in the comments below what you think about the fan noise performance behavior for this one. That would be it for today. Thanks a ton for watching and please consider subscribing for future videos and liking the video. It really helps us tremendously. My name is Alex, you guys have been absolutely amazing and I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.